Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Just wait a few minutes until we get started. I can see there's a few waiting already. Thank you for coming back. If you're one of the ones that took part in the last quiz, very much enjoyed it. I think everyone else did by the sounds of the reviews as well. So thought we'd do another one tonight. Hope everyone enjoys it. Just before we start, I'll run through a few rules, so to speak. There's not really any rules in this one. So again, it's 6 rounds. 6 rounds, 10 questions per round. I'll run off the rounds in a minute. Hoping to take just over an hour. It might be a little bit longer than that. And it's just mark your own and have a bit of fun. There is a Just Giving page in the description, which we raised a lot of money for last time, which was excellent. So again, thank you to everyone that donated. I really appreciate that. And if we can get any more tonight, that would be fantastic. Don't expect a donation off anybody. Just appreciate you coming along and having a bit of fun. I enjoy writing them, so hope you enjoy taking part. We'll run through each of the questions as normal. I'll repeat it a few times. If anybody has any issues with the sound or anything, just let me know. Just put it in the chat if you can, or if you don't have a YouTube account, you can feel free to message me or anything like that, and I'll try and take care of it. I've got my admin Josh in the comments as well. If anybody wants the link to the Just Giving page or anything else, he can try and sort it for you. And we'll run through the questions quickly at the end of each round in case anybody's missed any. And we'll take a break between the 3rd and 4th rounds at halfway through so we can all refresh our drinks. I've got mine again. I'm not on the gin this week because I had some complaints last week. But I've got a few beers, so I think I'll be all right. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll get started at 8. And just before we go, I'll run through the rounds that we've got. Again, 6 rounds. I've gotten rid of the Disney round, unfortunately, by popular request. But we've got another sort of special round in today. So first round is TV and film. Second round is music. Third round is history. That replaced geography from last week. 4th round is sport. 5th is the human body, which replaced Disney. So I think that applies to pretty much all of us. I think we've all got bodies, as far as I'm aware. And the last round, as always, is general knowledge. So there's a few different rounds in there than last week, but hopefully you all enjoy them. Again, if you need the link or anything, or you're not watching, just let me know. If you see me looking down, I am just looking at my phone. See if anybody's messaged me. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're watching. If you've got a Google account or a YouTube account, you can type in the chat on the side, and I can see what you're typing, so I can reply to you, and we can have a chat while we're going. And that's about it. I'm hoping everyone's ready. But like I say, if anyone joins in late, just let me know, and we'll run through the questions at the end of the round. Okay, so if everyone's ready, got a pen and paper ready and a drink, we'll get going on round 1, which is TV and film. So question 1. In which film franchise does Eddie Murphy play Axel Foley, a Detroit detective? Hello, everyone that's typing in the chat. Thanks for coming. Question 1 again. In which film franchise does Eddie Murphy play Axel Foley, a Detroit detective? Let me know if there's any issues with the sound or anything. I hope that's all right. And if you can see me okay as well, I hope. Question 2. David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly teamed up in which visionary classic from Jim Henson? Question 2 again. David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly teamed up in which visionary classic from Jim Henson? And question 3. What year was the first Toy Story film released in cinemas? Question 3 again. What year was the first Toy Story film released in cinemas? And question 4. Which 3 films make up what is known as the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy? Thanks for coming, Andy. Nothing wrong with gin according to me, but had a few complaints I was sipping too often last week. You'll know who you are. Which 3 films make up what is known as the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy? That's what I like to hear, Steve. Someone egging me on. Question 5. Which actor broke 2 toes whilst filming The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers? Which actor broke 2 toes whilst filming The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers? And question 6. What is the highest grossing box office film of all time? And that doesn't take inflation into account. So at this time, what is the highest grossing box office film of all time? Again, what is the highest grossing box office film of all time without taking inflation into account? Question 7. Bikini Bottom is the home of which children's TV character? Bikini Bottom is the home of which children's TV character? And question 8. What are the 3 unforgivable curses in the Harry Potter franchise? I'm sure there's some Harry Potter fans out there somewhere. What are the 3 unforgivable curses in the Harry Potter franchise? And question 9 for TV and film. What is the name of the psychopathic assassin in Killing Eve? What is the name of the psychopathic assassin in Killing Eve? And question 10, final question for TV and film. What is the longest running soap opera in the world? What is the longest running soap opera in the world? And that's the end of TV and film. If anybody missed a question, yes, sorry, okay, I'll just go over question 9 again. If anybody did miss a question, just shout in the comments or drop me a line and I'll repeat it for you. Question 9 is, what is the name of the psychopathic assassin in Killing Eve? Okay, we'll move on to the next round. If anybody has missed any questions, I can always go back and repeat them if you need them. So we'll move on to round 2, which is music. Okay, question 1 in music. In what year did Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain die? In what year did Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain die? There will be more cheery questions as we go forward, I can assure you. Thanks for that, Josh. The link, if anybody wants to donate, is in the comments again. If you're not sure how to donate, just give me a shout if you'd like to. Question 2. What is the name of the Beatles' first album? What is the name of the Beatles' first album? Question 3. What does the O stand for in the band name ELO? What does the O stand for in the band name ELO? Question 4 for music. According to Green Day, at the end of which month would they like to be woken up? According to Green Day, at the end of which month would they like to be woken up? And number 5 for music. Which novelty act had a Christmas #1 in 2000 with Can We Fix It? Some more highbrow questions, just like last week. 2 weeks ago, sorry. Which novelty act had a Christmas #1 in the year 2000 with Can We Fix It? And question 6. Which American singer released the song Bad Guy in 2019? Can see a few people joining us a bit late, so if you have missed any, just let me know. Which American singer released the song Bad Guy in 2019? And number 7, complete the first line of the Bill Withers hit, Ain't No Sunshine. So the first line of that song starts with Ain't No Sunshine. Just complete the first line. Complete the first line of the Bill Withers hit, Ain't No Sunshine. And question 8. What were Ant and Dec's original stage names during their musical careers? I'll go back to question 6 in a minute. We'll go back at the end of the round just so we can get through the round, and I'll repeat any questions anybody's missed. Number 8 again. What were Ant and Dec's original stage names during their musical careers? And number 9. Which American rapper released the song Candy Shop in 2003? Absolute classic, that. Sure my generation will agree. Which American rapper released the song Candy Shop in 2003? And question 10 for music, final question of the round. Which musical note shares its name with a popular cheesy snack food? That one's a bit outside the box, but I'm sure most of you will know it. Which musical note shares its name with a popular cheesy snack food? And we'll just go back to question 6. If anybody else has missed any, just let me know. Question 6 in music was, which American singer released the song Bad Guy in 2019? And if nobody else has missed any questions, we'll go on to round 3, which is history. So question 1 in history, a nice easy one, I'm sure. How many wives did Henry VIII have? How many wives did Henry VIII have? Question 2. How did Joan of Arc die? How did Joan of Arc die? And question 3 for history. Which long-distance train had its first run in 1883? Which long-distance train had its first run in 1883? And again, like last week, if anybody that can, just let me know if you're watching the stream, how many people are actually watching the stream along with you in the same house. Just so I'd like to get a number of how many people are watching. I can see there's 31 people actually watching the stream at the minute, but I'd like to think that was a few more. But again, thanks everyone for taking part. Question 4 for history. What is the name of the mythological monster that had 9 heads? Two and a tortoise. I wonder how many the tortoise has got so far. What is the name of the mythological monster that had 9 heads? With all due respect, Steve, I've played quizzes with Sally before. You only need one. She knows them all, I'm sure. And question 5 for history. Who was the 44th President of the United States? Number 5 again. Who was the 44th President of the United States? Question 6 for history. Which ship, which shares its name with a Harry Potter character, is notorious for experiencing the bloodiest mutiny in British naval history? There have been some really cheery questions in this quiz. I do apologise. But you've had 2 Harry Potter questions, so you are spoiled. Question 6 again. Which ship, which shares its name with a Harry Potter character, is notorious for experiencing the bloodiest mutiny in British naval history? I'll give you a clue, it's not Voldemort. And question 7. Who discovered penicillin? Who discovered penicillin? And question 8 in history. In which country was Adolf Hitler born? In which country was Adolf Hitler born? And number 9 for history. Along with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who was the third astronaut on the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon? Along with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who was the third astronaut on the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon? And question 10, final question for history and the first half. During the US civil rights movement in the 1960s, who said, "We declare our right on this earth to be a human being by any means necessary"? During the US civil rights movement in the 1960s, who said, "We declare our right on this earth to be a human being by any means necessary"? So that is the end of the first half. We'll go over the answers in a second. I'll just give you all a chance to write down your answers. And I can see that another couple of people have donated to the Just Giving page. So again, thank you very much for your donations. Very much appreciated. Didn't expect to get as much as we have. But it's great that we can raise some money for the NHS and do all we can. They're thoroughly deserving, I'm sure you'll all agree. So I'll give you a minute or so, and we'll go over the answers in a second. Thanks, Josh, for putting that in again. Okay, if everyone's ready, we'll go over the answers to the first half and have a quick break so you can all recharge your glasses. So, round 1 was TV and film, and we'll go through the answers now. Question 1, in which film franchise does Eddie Murphy play Axel Foley, a Detroit detective? That was Beverly Hills Cop. Number 2, David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly teamed up in which visionary classic from Jim Henson? That was Labyrinth. A great film. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend. Number 3, what year was the first Toy Story film released in cinemas? That was 1996. Question 4, which 3 films make up what is known as the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy? That was Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Another 3 great films, would recommend. Number 5, which actor broke 2 toes whilst filming The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers? That was Viggo Mortensen. That was when he kicked the Uruk-hai helmet after they thought they'd lost Merry and Pippin. Number 6, what is the highest grossing box office film of all time? That is Avengers Endgame. If you took inflation into account, I think that's Winning the Willows or something. I can't remember what it was. Number 7, Bikini Bottom is the home of which children's TV character? SpongeBob SquarePants. Number 8, what are the 3 unforgivable curses in the Harry Potter franchise? They are the Imperius Curse, the Cruciatus Curse, and the Killing Curse. Question 9, what is the name of the psychopathic assassin in Killing Eve? That was Villanelle. I would accept her real name as well. And finally, question 10. What is the longest running soap opera in the world? That is Coronation Street. And round 2 was music. Question 1. In what year did Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain die? That was 1994. Question 2. What is the name of the Beatles' first album? That was Please Please Me. Number 3. What does the O stand for in the band name ELO? That was orchestra. That's Electric Light Orchestra. Question 4. According to Green Day, at the end of which month would they like to be woken up? That's September. Question 5. Which novelty act had a Christmas #1 in the year 2000 with Can We Fix It? That was Bob the Builder. Number 6. Which American singer released the song Bad Guy in 2019? That was Billie Eilish. Number 7. Complete the first line of the Bill Withers hit Ain't No Sunshine. And that should be Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. Question 8. What were Ant and Dec's original stage names during their musical careers? That was PJ and Duncan. Question 9. Which American rapper released the song Candy Shop in 2003? That was 50 Cent. And question 10 for music. Which musical note shares its name with a popular cheesy snack food? That was Quaver. Very proud of that question. Thought of that myself. I'll take full credit for that. And third round was history, the last round in the first half. Question 1. How many wives did Henry VIII have? That was 6. Question 2. How did Joan of Arc die? She was burned at the stake. Question 3. Which long-distance train had its first run in 1883? That was the Orient Express. Question 4. What is the name of the mythological monster that had 9 heads? That was the Hydra. Question 5. Who was the 44th President of the United States? That was Barack Obama. Question 6. Which ship, which shares its name with a Harry Potter character, is notorious for experiencing the bloodiest mutiny in British naval history? That was the HMS Hermione. Question 7. Who discovered penicillin? That was Alexander Fleming. Question 8. In which country was Adolf Hitler born? That was Austria. Question 9. Along with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who was the third astronaut on the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon? That was Michael Collins. And question 10. During the US civil rights movement in the 1960s, who said, "We declare our right on this earth to be a human being by any means necessary"? That was Malcolm X. So that's the end of the first half. I'll just take a couple of minutes and let you all recharge your glasses. Put in the chat if you can how many you've got so far at 30. Text me if you can't get on the chat, and we'll see who's up there with the top this week. I think someone got 55 out of 60 last week, so that's the goal. Okay, so I'll be a couple of minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Just looking through your scores in the comments, there's some very good scores going out. Couple of 23s, that's excellent. 22, 19 and a third. That's a strange one. Stick in the chat how you've managed to get a third. I'll be interested to hear that one. Okay, so we'll give everyone a minute to get back with their drinks, and we'll get started again. Oh, I'll see. Only got one on the curses. All right, I'll let you have the third for that one. There'll be riots if you win by a third of a point, I'll tell you. Okay, give it another 30 seconds or so, and we'll get going on round 4, which is sport. Favourite round of everybody, I'm sure. Josh, watch these two in the comments again. They were troublemakers last week. It's my family. They're a lost cause, they are. If any of them get a bit mouthy, just ban the both of them. I'll give you permission. Okay, we'll get going on round 4, which is sport. So question 1 for sport. How many points did Liverpool record in the 2019-20 Premier League season before football was postponed as the coronavirus came out? How many points did Liverpool record in the 2019-20 Premier League season before football was postponed? Question 2. Who is the last non-British, non-German Formula One driver to win the World Drivers' title? Sorry, Andy, we don't have any fish rounds or anything of the like coming up. Although that's an idea for next week. Number 2, who is the last non-British, non-German Formula One driver to win the World Drivers' title? And number 3 for sport. Which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? Which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? Question 4. In which sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? F-O-I-L, foil. In which sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? Question 5. In which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? Which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? And question 6. Which sport involves tucks and pikes? I'm feeling this round might hamper a few people's scores. Take some. Which sport involves tucks and pikes? We'll go over any questions that anybody's missed at the end of the round. If you haven't missed any, just let me know. Question 7, you have to forgive me for this one. I had a bit of a chuckle while I was reading it, so I had to put it in. Number 7, in which sport do competitors refer to catching a crab? I can think of a few that would find that humorous, just like I did. In which sport do competitors refer to catching a crab? And question 8, how many balls are in total? Sorry, we'll start again. That's written wrong. How many balls in total are there on the table at the start of a game of snooker? How many balls in total are there on the table at the start of a game of snooker? And question 9. What is Usain Bolt's blistering 100-meter world record time? I wouldn't say you have to be exact with that, but you guys can mark your own, so you can feel free to mark as you see fit. I've got it down to 2 decimal places because that's what they go to in the Olympics. What is Usain Bolt's blistering 100-meter world record time? And question 10, final question for the sport round. Some of you will be pleased to hear. What was Muhammad Ali's name until he changed it in 1964? What was Muhammad Ali's name until he changed it in 1964? Been another donation on the Just Giving page, so thank you very much. Okay, that's the end of the sport round. If anybody missed any, as usual, let me know and we'll go over them. I think there was question 4 was missed, so we'll just go over that quickly. Question 4 was, in which sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? F-O-I-L, foil. So we'll go on to round 5. Unfortunately, it's not a Disney round, as I said at the start. This is the human body. So we should all know a few of these, hopefully. Question 1 for the human body. How many bones are there in the human body? How many bones are there in the human body? Lots is correct, but I'll need you to be a bit more specific than that. Although it's up to you, you're marking. Question 2. What is the name of the biggest part of the human brain? Question 2. What is the name of the biggest part of the human brain? And question 3 for human body. What are the two chambers at the bottom of your heart called? Question 3. What are the two chambers at the bottom of your heart called? Question 4. What substance are nails made of? Fingernails, that is, and toenails, I'm sure as well. What substance are nails made of? Question 5. What is the human body's largest organ? Can tell you've done a bit of marketing in your time, Josh. Very good post, thank you very much. What is the human body's largest organ? And question 6. Approximately what percentage of the adult human body is made of water? I think this changes as you become a senior, so I'm thinking before senior. I know there's a few seniors listening, so I'm sure they'll have it in for me. Question 6. Approximately what percentage of the adult human body is made of water? Question 7. The smallest bone in the human body is the stirrup. Where in your body would you find it? Smallest bone in the human body is the stirrup. Where in your body would you find it? Stirrup, S-T-I-R-R-U-P. Question 8. What is the scientific name for the jawbone? Question 8. What is the scientific name for the jawbone? Question 9. What is the hardest substance in the human body? Question 9. What is the hardest substance in the human body? And question 10, final question of the human body round. How many muscles does it take to smile? That's a nicer question. Anybody's missed any questions, let me know and we'll go over them. Question 10 again. How many muscles does it take to smile? Okay, if anybody's missed any, let me know. We'll just go over question 2 again. Question 2 was, what is the name of the biggest part of the human brain? And we'll go on to the final round, which is, as always, general knowledge. If anybody's missed any of the questions for the last 2 rounds, just let me know and we'll go over them again. So, question 1 for general knowledge is, what is the longest river in the world? As Josh said, let me know if you smiled when question 10 was asked. I can give you a clue. It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown, so let's make sure we're all smiling. Cheesiest thing you'll ever hear, but it's right. Question 1 again for general knowledge. What is the longest river in the world? Question 2. Where is Mount Everest? Nice and simple. Where is Mount Everest? Number 3. Which is the only vitamin you will not find in an egg? Which is the only vitamin you will not find in an egg? And question 4. Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion? Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion? And number 5. What is the collective noun for a group of crows? What is the collective noun for a group of crows? Question 6. What is the chemical symbol for potassium? What is the chemical symbol for potassium? Question 7. What does a Geiger counter measure? Question 7. What does a Geiger counter measure? Question 8 in general knowledge. In 1904, the area known as Times Square in Manhattan gained its name. But what was it known as before this? It's a nice piece of trivia. I didn't know this myself. In 1904, the area known as Times Square in Manhattan gained its name. But what was it known as before this? Question 9. How long did Pamela Anderson know Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee before marrying him? How long did Pamela Anderson know Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee before marrying him? And question 10. Which planet is nearest to the Earth? Question 10. Which planet is nearest to the Earth? And that's the end of the general knowledge round and the last round. I forgot to mention I have actually put a tiebreaker in for anybody that's playing in a team against someone on Skype or on Zoom or anything. I know there are a few people doing that. So I'll ask that now. Those of you that aren't playing against anybody, you can answer it anyway. I have an extra point for it or an extra couple of points if you get anywhere near, because it's quite a difficult question. So tiebreaker, how long did the shortest recorded war in history last? Tiebreaker again, how long did the shortest recorded war in history last? And that is the end of the quiz. If anybody's missed any questions, just let me know. I'll give you a minute or so to write your answers down, and then we'll go over the answers and finish off. Again, Josh, if you wouldn't mind just sticking the link to the Just Giving page in the chat. Again, I didn't expect to get much many donations today, but there have been a few. So thank you very much to those of you that have donated. It's very much appreciated. And I'm sure you'll agree it's a worthy cause, and you know we're all happy to help them out because they deserve it. I will, again, if people want me to carry on, I'll do a few more. I'll do another one in a couple of weeks. Just leave it a couple of weeks like I did the last one. But I'm happy to carry on. I quite enjoy doing it. So we'll go through the answers to the last 3 rounds. So first one was round 4, which is sport. So question 1. How many points did Liverpool record in the 2019 Premier League season before football was postponed? That was 82. Question 2. Who is the last non-British, non-German Formula 1 driver to win the World Drivers' title? That was Kimi Räikkönen. I think that was in 2007. Question 3. Which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? That was Braun Strowman. Not really a sport question if you ask me, because it's not a sport. It's more like interpretive dance. And we all know what they're like, but there we go. Question 4. In which sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? That is fencing. Question 5. In which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? That was ice hockey. Number 6. Which sport involves tucks and pikes? That was diving. Question 7. In which sport do competitors refer to catching a crab? That was rowing. Makes sense. Question 8. How many balls in total are there on the table at the start of a game of snooker? That was 22. 15 reds, 6 colours, and the white ball. Question 9. What is Usain Bolt's blistering 100-metre world record time? That was 9.58 seconds. And question 10. What was Muhammad Ali's name until he changed it in 1964? That was Cassius Clay. And round 5 was the human body. So question 1. How many bones are there in the human body? That was 206. Question 2. What is the name of the biggest part of the human brain? That is the cerebrum. Question 3. What are the 2 chambers at the bottom of your heart called? They are ventricles. Question 4. What substance are nails made of? That was keratin. Question 5. What is the human body's largest organ? That was the skin. A few of you might have put the internal organs, but the skin actually is an organ, so that's our largest one. Question 6. Approximately what percentage of the adult human body is made of water? That is 60%. Question 7. The smallest bone in the human body is the stirrup. Where in your body would you find it? That is in your ear. Question 8. What is the scientific name for the jawbone? That is the mandible. Question 9. What is the hardest substance in the human body? That is tooth enamel. And question 10. How many muscles does it take to smile? That is 17. And last round is general knowledge. Question 1 for general knowledge. What is the longest river in the world? That is the Nile. Question 2. Where is Mount Everest? That is on the border of Nepal and China. Question 3. Which is the only vitamin you will not find in an egg? That is vitamin C. Question 4. Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion? That is Scientology. Question 5. What is the collective noun for a group of crows? That is a murder. Question 6. What is the chemical symbol for potassium? That is K for kilo. Question 7. What does a Geiger counter measure? That was radiation. Question 8. In 1904, the area known as Times Square in Manhattan gained its name. But what was it known as before this? That was long ace square. Question 9. How long did Pamela Anderson know Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee before marrying him? That is 4 days. And question 10. Which planet is nearest to the Earth? And that one is Venus. So I'll go over the answer to the tiebreaker in a second. Just add up your scores and let me know how many you got. It'd be interesting to see if we need the tiebreaker for anybody that's got the same scores in the chat. I see a 38, that's not bad. I'll be happy with that. If anybody can beat a 38, just put your score in the chat. Okay, it's beaten already, 43. $45 for a few, that's excellent. $37, the lowest score we've seen so far. 46, excellent. I think that's the highest one we've got so far. But there's a 46, a few 45s, some 43s. So well done to everybody. So we'll go over the answer to the tiebreaker. If you guys are playing against anybody and it's close, maybe award a couple of points for getting closest to the answer for the tiebreaker. And let me know how you get on and how you mark it. So the tiebreaker was, how long did the shortest recorded war in history last? And that was the Anglo-Zanzibar War in 1896, sorry. And that lasted about 38 minutes, which is hardly worth doing if you ask me. There are, unfortunately, Sam, there's no stewards inquiries on this. And I don't for a second believe that Sally didn't get 46. I'm surprised she didn't get more, if I'm honest. Quite disappointed. But that is the end of the quiz. Thank you, everybody, for taking part and donating. If you would like to donate and you haven't yet, let me know. I do have the link to the Just Giving page, so I can send it to you if you want. And as I say, we didn't expect to get much today. We've had 3 donations, I think, which is, again, excellent. So thank you, everybody that's donated so far. Let me know if you want me to do another one, and we'll do another one in a couple of weeks. And I'm hoping I can use a recording software which will allow me to put the questions on the screen, which might make it easier for a few people. And it doesn't rely so much on me talking. And you've got something better to look at, because I'm sure you don't want to be staring at me for an hour and 10 minutes. So thank you all. And again, let me know how you got on. Let me know if you want me to do another quiz, and we'll get on it. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much.